Hello, how are you? Uh, Thank you for joining us. And I hope and believe that you've been learning through the previous series where we've been talking about various things on sales. And last time we talked about the objection of price. When you find a customer saying, you're too expensive. Um, you why are you guys so high? Can't you reduce the price? What do you do in such an objection? And this is the life, there are always objections. Customers will always come up with, reasons not to buy. But because you're salespeople, how do we navigate? How do we navigate around those objections? And today, I want us to discuss what do you do when you've done a very good pitch, you've been talking to this client, you've had a good rapport, you actually think they are ready to buy, by the time you're going, you know that today I'm going to make a sale. And then the customer says, let me think about it. I don't know how many of you have experienced that. Put it in the comment section. Have you experienced a situation whereby you've done a very good presentation? You actually thought that you're going to have the biggest sale of the day, and the customer says, well, let me think about it. Why do we get this kind of an objection? Why would a customer you have thought that they are ready say, let me think about it? Okay, so that is what you're going to be discussing today. And this session, allow me to dive into it. And there are three reasons why a customer will say, let me think about it. And one of the reason, and the major reason is they actually, let me look at three reasons. One of the reason is the customer may not have found value in the product that you're selling. So they have examined, they have listened, but they can't see, what value this is going to add. They're trying to figure out, how do I navigate, or what is in it for me? That's what they're trying to figure out. What is in it for me? Yes, okay, I see a bit of value here and there, but will it really meet my need? Yeah, so that's reason number one. Number two, the customer may not have found the need for your product. So they're still wondering, okay, how do I use this product? I really don't need it. But then you see you've created a rapport, so they feel like they don't want to, to tell you no. And so the easiest way for a customer to let you go is to say, let me think about it. And reason number three, it could be they are in doubt whether the product will really work, especially those of us who are selling the digital products. So you'll find that if it's online, yes, customer has gone to the website, they have looked at the program, but then they don't sign up, they don't pay. So they're just wondering, will it really work for me? And this is a question in all the customer's mind. Will it really work for me? Okay, and so you need to answer those questions. You need to answer, what value is it adding to me? You need to, does it really meet my need? Because that's what the customer is asking. And finally, they are wondering, will it really work? Yes, I can see I need it. I see there's value, but will it really work? And this happens when your value proposition is not compelling. If you don't have a strong, a very compelling value proposition, then you will get this kind of objection. But then how do you how do you deal with this objection? How how can you deal with this objection? And I'll give you 3 tips on how to deal with this objection. And one of the way is, and I've talked about this many times, salespeople, we are so much in a hurry to close the sale that we don't pay attention, that we don't take time to understand the customer need. And this is the step in the sales cycle. This is the step where I call it the customer discovery stage. If you don't spend time, if you don't spend sufficient time, or you're not asking the right questions to be able to understand your customer, to be able to understand what their needs are, what their challenges are, what are their pain points, and how urgent they need your product. If you don't take time to do that, then you'll definitely get an objection because you've not done a good job. So, tip number 1, do a good job during customer discovery stage. Take time, ask as many questions as possible. And if you can get a copy of my book, Sell Me This Pen, I have explained how, different type of questions that you could ask to be able to understand your customer better. And so that you don't have to get to a point where they're saying, I will think about it. You want a situation whereby by the time you get to pitching your solution, the customer will say yes, they are ready. You've already done your job and you know that they will say yes, and they say yes. Okay, so that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is dig deeper. And I've said this time and again. Your job as a salesperson is to listen. Your job is not to keep talking. Your job is to listen. And in digging deeper, what you're doing here is you want to understand, what will the customer be thinking about? Yes, you need to allow them to think about it, but you want to understand, what will they be thinking about? What exactly didn't is it that they don't need it? Is it that you have not shown value? Or is it that they are doubting that the product will work? So you need to ask questions like, okay, what will you be thinking about? May you help me understand, what will you be thinking about? What areas in this product will you be focusing on? Which parts of the product do you feel that you need to focus more, or to think about? So dig deeper to understand, why are they taking time? Or maybe it could be budget. Remember, if you did do a good job, you don't know whether they have the budget. You don't know whether they're the decision makers, because, all this you should be able to discover during the customer discovery stage, or the stage, what we call the need analysis stage. Okay, so dig deeper at this stage. It's not all lost, so don't give up. Just ask more questions to understand what the problem is. And tip number 3 is create value in advance. See, there's nothing that beats value in advance. What do I mean by creating value in advance? If, for example, you're selling detergents, how about you give a free sample? For example, we have this client who sells the toilet cleaners. And of course, it means you're competing with so many other toilet cleaners. And the customer could be wondering, yes, I've been buying this other one. Why should I buy this particular one? And that's why they want to think about it. And clearly, it's not that they are going to think about it, just that they doubt if it will work because maybe they have tried others and they haven't worked. So why don't you give a free sample, a small part, or you can just demonstrate and show how it works. This you can do, you can record a video of how it works and share with your customers, or you can get testimonials from other existing customers that you have worked with, so that then you can demonstrate that your product really works. Okay. The other way is if, for example, you are selling insurance, people are struggling with, understanding insurance. How about if you could educate your customers on the different terms that are, mentioned in the market, or maybe just educate on how does insurance fit in my personal financial plan. So you could, educate people on budgeting, on personal financial management, on setting goals, and show them how insurance fits into their plan. So this is providing value in advance. And selling is about exchange of value. So you will not get that money from your customer if they do not see value. And remember, they're the ones who determine the value you get. You're not the one who decides what value the customer gets. And it is important that you even ask your existing customers, why did they buy your product? Why, how did they use it? Because that will help you understand the value your customers derive from your product. Okay. So add value in advance. If you're in training like me, how about giving free training? Like what I'm doing right now. Give free training in advance. Let people experience you in advance. And what they will be asking themselves is, if this is free, how much more could you give if if somebody paid for it? Because definitely when people pay for the program, then you're going to go deeper and you're going to go extra mile to give them much, much more value. So provide value in advance. And the Bible says, give and shall come back to you, full measure, shaken together and running over. Learn to give. Salespeople were givers. Give and give and give, and then you can take. Okay? Give and shall come back to you. Don't forget that. So that scripture is so true in everything that we do, especially in business. So when you give value in advance, you will definitely get value. And this value is the money that you're looking for. And you're going to make more and more sales, and your business will grow more, and everybody will be happy. Your employees will be happy. Your family will be happy. We all make money so long as we keep giving value. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that and click on the notification bell so that anytime we release a new video, you're able to see it. And hoping that these tips are helpful to you, please leave a comment and let us know how we are helping you. You're also encouraged to join our WhatsApp group. We've created a community of salespeople and entrepreneurs that want to unlock their sales genius. And this is where we share our challenges, we share the opportunities that are available, and we grow together. So again, the WhatsApp group is on the link on the below this video. Please join and let's grow together. See you next time. Have a wonderful time. Thank you.